Okay, Alex, a 1-1 draw against Wythenshawe Town today. Two goals right at the end of each half and two really contentious goals as well. Do you want to talk us through your thoughts on those goals?
Uh, the first one's not a foul. No way it's a foul. It's a great free kick. I thought that the layoff was a bit too long, but if anything, it's probably taken the wall out of contention, and then he's been able to hit a beautiful strike. I think it was a pen. I think it's definite contact on Luke, 100% penalty. He's gone down, and yeah, he's given it.
And thoughts just overall, it was quite a close game, very tight. I think Finn's had one save to make, one good save to make, but neither team could really get a clear-cut chance. I think they've had that one. G's gone 1-on-1 and Greg Hall's saved it, but apart from that, it was a bit attritional.
Yeah, it became a basketball game second half. I think we were aware that it was going to be a game of transition. Who probably turns over the ball and deals with the next action well enough. We won the ball a lot in central areas, but we probably didn't have the next pass was good enough with the runners going long. They did, really. I thought they got in behind a couple of times, got really good quality. I'd go far and say that's probably the best side we've played this season. They hurt you in a lot of different ways, whether that's runs from deep or strength in the middle, quality that they've got going forward. So to get a point, I think we deserved a point. I think we've done enough really through the game. Yeah, it was just a bit disappointing that when we turned the ball over, we kept then giving it back again because we'd had to work really hard to get it. But a point's a good point. It means it's been two really good points, two tough games. We knew that this run of three, Saturday, Tuesday, Saturday, was tough. Three coming up. And I reckon probably a couple of weeks ago would have crumbled at Chase Town, and probably tonight would have not had belief, but we had full belief going into it, and to get the penalty in the 94th, and Mason slotting it like he does, is just what we deserved.
You pretty much answered every question I was about to ask you then, to be fair. It is one of those games where we probably would have struggled to come back into a game. I think there was a few factors going against us in the game, during the game as well. But you've got to be pleased with the fight from the players today. And I think it's something that we spoke about, or David spoke about after the Atherton Coles game, where we weren't, I think Runcorn we didn't want it as much as they did, and Atherton Coles there was no real fight in it. But the performances since and today and Saturday are good examples where we haven't necessarily been in the game, but we've been constantly battling, constantly fighting, not giving up. It's got to be something pleasing for you and the coaching staff.
It's really pleasing. I think there were two probably dark moments within the season where we didn't show enough fight, and the bottom line of it in this division, if you don't want it more than the opposition, 9 times out of 10 you're not going to get it. Nothing comes for free. You don't get given anything. A couple of decisions by the referee tonight probably proves that. You have really got to earn every yard and every inch of grass that you can get, and to create the chances. And we've done that. You probably look back at the Linux game where we've backed out a couple of tackles, or we've not thrown ourselves in front of the ball. We were doing that in abundance on Saturday. We were doing that in abundance tonight. So yeah, the two massively different performances. I think we've asked certain questions of ourselves and as players, staff, everyone, and we've answered them really with two good points, which is a foundation to build on. It's nothing other than that. Can't get carried away because at the end of the day it's 2 drawing. You want to win your games at home, but to come from behind in 2 games against 2 teams that I do believe both teams will be in and around the playoffs, if not in the playoffs. It's been a good few days.
And G. Balthasar makes his debut today. Just thoughts on how he got on. He's had to be patient waiting for that chance.
Yeah, I thought he did really well. We went with a front 3 that were quick tonight, so we've unfortunately left Joe and Remy out to try and accommodate others. But we went with a front 3 that we thought would cause bothering behind, and we did do at times. There's a massive chance for the 1-on-1. It might have been offside for that. But he had a massive chance for the one-on-one, which he slots that. It probably then gives us a platform in the last 15 to really go for it. But I thought he's done really well. He's been patient, like you said. He's been patient. He came on and made an impact on Saturday, and he's deserved his start tonight. And he's really good.
And good to see Reece Webb-Foster back on the football pitch as well.
Yeah, it was important that we just managed Reece appropriately. He goes away and works so hard in making himself be fit that unfortunately just the past couple of weeks it just felt a bit of stiffness and tightness that we just had to manage, that we didn't really want to play him on that 4G on Saturday, and Eric did enough on Saturday to start again, but to bring Reece on, it links up really well really, really well. A lot of things go through him. And it adds a bit of selection of day, really, I suppose. So no, we're good to have him back.
And in a game which it seemed to be played in relatively good spirits, it was quite not a friendly game, but there was no real bite between the sides. It sort of escalated into something at the end. I think there were 2 red cards at the end of the game after the final whistle as well. Did you get much what really happened in all that?
It was all a bit of it weren't between the 2 teams. Certainly weren't between the two, as far as I'm aware, it weren't between the 2 teams. I think it was to do with a penalty decision. I don't know. I think, for one, I don't know how he's got 4 minutes at a time, just with some of the play acting that were going on, and time wasting that were going on from minute 1, really. So we've got a penalty late on, and Mason's been able to slot it home. I think we've got what we've deserved, but tough. It were a tough night.
And we move on. Nantwich Town on Saturday. You probably couldn't ask for a harder game at the moment, to be fair.
No, they're fine. I'm not sure how they've got on tonight.
Won again tonight.
They've won again tonight. Yeah, they're scoring a lot of goals. They're not necessarily conceding a huge amount. They've got enormous threats going forward. They've got resilience at the back. They're riding a wave at the moment, probably the form side in the league. We just need to be on it. We need to be tough to beat, and make sure that when we do turn over, then we have the attacking opportunities, that we really use them. I think his box entries tonight were good, but we probably didn't do enough at the final pass. The goals will come. I've absolutely zero doubt about our goals coming with enough quality going forward. We just need to have more composure and calmness in the final areas. But it'll be a tough ask. But I think, as cliche as it is, and it tends to every manager in the league says it, but there isn't an easy game. There'll be some upset. I haven't looked at the results, but I'm going to assume there's a couple of upsets tonight that have happened, and it happens every week. And you've just, like I said earlier, you cannot take anything for granted in this league. You've really got to earn every yard you get on that pitch. You've really got to earn it, and we did tonight, and we'll hope to do the same thing on Saturday.
And final word today. I remember a couple of years ago when Mason was with us last time round. Someone called him just a glorified penalty taker. He's probably living up to that reputation now. But he brings so much anyway, but you couldn't have asked for anyone. You'd rather take that penalty in the 92nd minute of a game.
No, and I think his character as well, for what he's had to go through a bit today to actually get fit to play tonight, and I'm grateful for that. And it probably shows within the squad that there was a couple of lads that are carrying knocks and injuries, really, that they'll go through the pain barrier to play. And there isn't anyone else other than Mason that you'd want taking the pen. And I think he showed his quality linking up, and we've asked him to do 2 or 3 different positions and 2 or 3 different jobs tonight, and he's done it all. And again, he's just doing it with a smile on his face, and it's really good to see. It's refreshing to see, really, this season. You've seen a Mason that's thoroughly enjoying it.
Thanks, Alex.
Cheers, Nathan.